Hi everyone, this is the new book we're going to be reading. It's called Love That Dog by Sharon Creech, and I've got a little description here. It says, Love That Dog shows how one boy named Jack finds his voice with the help of a teacher, a pencil, and some yellow paper, and of course a dog. Written as a series of free verse poems, which we're going to talk about poetry, from Jack's point of view, with the classic poetry included in the back matter. This novel is perfect for everyone, kids and teachers. It's one of my favorites. And so we're going to learn a little bit about poetry, some new vocabulary, but this kid, Jack, hates writing poetry, and his brain is always empty. Sounds like some of my favorite people. Um, but his teacher, Miss Stretchberry, is going to teach him a little bit about poetry and how cool it is to write it. And I think some of you are going to like it because you're going to find out that poetry really has no punctuation and it's very creative. So this is the book we'll be reading. And again, it's all written through Jack's point of view as he writes in his journal to his teacher. So let's get started. Let's see, did I figure this out? Okay. So these are his dedications. These are the chapters, but they're not like regular chapters. As you can see, they're dates, which are the entries. And so here we start. Jack, room 105, Miss Stretchberry. September 13th. I don't want to because boys don't write poetry, girls do. September 21st. I tried. Can't do it. Brain's empty. September 27th. I don't understand the poem about the red wheelbarrow and the white chickens and why so much depends upon them. If that is a poem about a red wheelbarrow and white chickens, then any words can be a poem. You've just got to make short lines. Very funny, Jeff. October 4th. Do you promise not to read it out loud? Do you promise not to put it on the board? Okay, here it is. But I don't like it. So much depends upon a blue car splattered with mud speeding down the road. October 10th. What do you mean, why does so much depend upon a blue car? You didn't say before I had to tell why. The wheelbarrow guy didn't tell why. October 17th. What was up with the Snowy Woods poem you read today? Why doesn't that person just keep going if he's got so many miles to go before he sleeps? And why do I have to tell more about the blue car splattered with mud speeding down the road? I don't want to write about a blue car that had miles to go before it slept. So many miles to go in such a hurry. October 24th. I am sorry to say I did not really understand the Tiger Tiger Burning Bright poem, but at least it sounded good in my ears. Here is the blue car with the tiger sound. Blue car shining bright in the darkness of the night. Who could see you speeding by like a comet in the sky? I could see in the night. Blue car shining bright. I could see you speeding by like a comet in the sky. Some of the some of the tiger sounds. And by the way, there's another PDF, and also I'm going to be reading some of these poems he's talking about. So as you can see, poetry is different. Are still in my ears like drums, beat, beat, beating. So what he's saying is that poem, the one we're going to be talking about, later, not what I want to do. It's going to be a poem with rhythm in it. All right, October 31st. Yes, you can put the blue car poems on the board, but only if you don't put my name on it. November 6th. Then look, they look nice typed up like that on blue paper on a yellow board, but still, don't tell anyone who wrote them, okay? And what does anonymous mean? Is that good? November 9th. I don't have any pets, so I can't write about one, and especially can't write a poem about one. November 15th. Yes, I used to have a pet. I don't want to write about it. You're going to ask me why not, right? November 22nd. Pretend I still have that pet. Can't I make up a pet, a different one, like a tiger or a hamster, a goldfish, turtle, snail, worm, flea? November 29th. I like those small poems we read today. When they when they're small like that, you can read a whole bunch in a short time. And then in your head are all the pictures and all the small things from all the small poems. I liked how the kitten leaped in a cat poem and how you could see the long head of the horse in the horse poem. I liked the dog in the dog poem because that's how my yellow dog used to lie down, with his tongue all limp and his chin between his paws, and how he'd sometimes chomp at a fly, then sleep in his loose skin, just like that poet Miss Valerie Worth says in her small dog poem. December 4th. Why do you want to type up what I wrote about reading a small poem? It's not a poem, is it? I guess you can put it on the board if you want to, but don't put my name on it in case other people think it's not a poem. December 13th. I guess it does look like a poem when you see it typed up like that, but I think maybe it would look better if it was more space between the lines, like how I wrote it like how I wrote it the first time. And I like the picture of the yellow dog you put beside it. But that's not how my yellow dog looked. January 10th. I really, really did not get the pasture poem you read today. I mean, somebody's going out to the pasture to clean the spring and to get the little tottery calf while he's out there, and he isn't going to be gone long, and he wants you, who is you, to come too? I mean, really. And you said that Mr. Frost, who wrote about the pasture, was also the one who wrote The Snowy Woods and The Miles to Go because he sleeps well. I think Mr. Robert Frost has a little too much time on his hands. January 17th. Remember the wheelbarrow poem you read the first week of school? Maybe the wheelbarrow poet was just making pictures with words, and someone else, like maybe his teacher, typed it up, and then people thought it was a poem because it looked like one, typed up like that. And maybe that's the same thing that happened with Mr. Robert Frost. Maybe he was just making pictures with words about the snowy woods and the pasture, and his teacher typed them up, and they looked like poems. So people thought they were poems, like how you did with my blue car things, and the reading the small poem things on the board typed up. They look like poems, and other kids are looking at them, and they think they are really are poems, and they are all saying, "Who wrote that?" Okay, and we're going to stop at January 17th. See if I can get back. Okay. Anyway, we'll be back with it after, but I'm hoping that you're enjoying it so far. And then I'm also going to include the poems so that you can hear the poems, like the wheelbarrow poem, the tiger. Have a great day, everybody.